Yo, what is going on, you slackers? I am your host, Slackerz Gaming, bringing you another Market Watch Monday for Rocket League. Alright, so this week, as with every week, I always try to go with a theme. So this week's theme is going to pretty much just be like wheels, and wheels that are, cheap at least. So wheels that are under 5 keys, and they still look good, they got value. People like them, and I mean they stand out a lot. So that is what I'm doing this week. That is what they're all about. So let's get into the first one, and this one's a good classic one right here, the titanium white K2. If it wants to go, all right, it'll get there in a second. But titanium white 2 is a classic one. It looks good. It's white. It stands out. The tread is painted as well, as you can kind of see by the picture. Click on that. Yeah. If you didn't know, tread is painted. It's got kind of like a frost kind of feel because it's like a snowflake tire, but it looks really good. I've had these a few times myself. I really like them. I'd love to get some again, just to keep in my personal collection. But these things, they're worth 3 to 4 keys. They look good, and I mean, they kind of had like a dip here. I'm not sure why, but look, they went right back up. So, I mean, 3 to 4, and they've been that way for quite a long time. And they're pretty much just going to stay there. Like I said, I'm not really sure what that dip was for. I mean, January 4th, January 6th, so like 2 days it went down for some reason. Not too sure. But, hey, titanium white K2s, easy. 3 to 4 keys. They look good. Cheap. I mean, like I said, everything on this list is going to be 5 keys and under. So we'll go to the next one, and I'm not going to do just white painted wheels. I will definitely be doing other colors, giving you a variety of some good stuff. So next up is the white ARA or ARA 51s, however you want to pronounce it. Now, I mean, this thing has been 3 to 4, took a little dip, 2 to 3, went back up, took a dip again, but now it's back up to 3 to 4. This thing is anywhere between, I'd say 3 to 4 is pretty fair. This one doesn't have the tread is not painted on this one, but it illuminates. It's flashy. People notice it when you're driving around or you're sitting on like the main menu screen and you invite somebody to a party. They take notice of your wheels. These things look good. I just picked some of these up for my good profile the other day because I like them, and they're just for my personal collection. That's pretty much what they're for. So yeah, as you can see, 3 to 4 keys, again, cheap, and they look good. I'd highly suggest picking some of these up. They look great. And another ARA that's that's got some value to it is definitely Crimson. Now we all know Crimson, it's one of the more in demand paints for a lot of things. Let's see, this thing, it's a little fluctuating in price. I mean, it's pretty much between 3 to 5 at the absolute most, but it's at 4 to 5 for a while, then it kind of settled down to 3 to 4. Very slight dip, but now it's back to 3 to 4. Crimson ARAs, same thing with the white ones. They stand out. They look good. They're cheap. They might be a little difficult to get because they're kind of an older wheel, but hey, you can find people out there that have these, and maybe they just don't care for them anymore, and they just want to get rid of them. So yeah, if you got 3 or 4 spare keys and you're looking for a good Crimson wheel, pick these bad boys up. These are really cool. I like these myself. I don't have them, but again, this is another wheel I'd love to have in my own personal collection. I did pick up the white ones, like I said, so Crimson ones are probably on my list as well. Now, another good one that a lot of people used to like. This thing used to be really expensive, if I remember correctly back in the day. This was a long time ago, but titanium white photons. Now, I'm not a fan of these ones at all, but I mean, look, this thing is just solid. Look at that little spike right there. Gotta have the phone go off every time, at least once in a video. It just happens. But yeah, here we go. See, 3 to 4 solid for the longest time, and I'm not really sure what that one spike was for, 4 to 5, but it went right back down to 3 to 4. So yeah, if you like the photons, I mean, like the inside of the wheel is just all clear. It's just like the outside of the rim. I don't know if you can see my mouse. I'm just kind of circling the outside. It's just a very faint color. I mean, you could definitely tell it when the paint or the lights going around the wheel. You can tell it, but I'm not a big fan. I like when the whole wheel's pretty much, you know, kind of like, I guess it's filled up. You can tell what's going on. I'm not a big fan of white photons, but there are a lot of people that like these wheels. So I mean, white photons, they're only what are they, 3 to 4 right here. So if you like them, and you got, again, if you like any of these, and you got 3 to 4 to 5 spare keys, you want to get some good wheels, I got a bunch of options for you here. I'm going over quite a few. They're cheap. They look good. Let's go to what is next on my list here. Hyro wheels. Now, here's another wheel that I'm not too fond of. I'm not a big fan of, but it's just a nice, simple, clean wheel. That's what I hear a lot of people say. It's just, what are these? The spokes, I think. It's basically just one line connecting spokes. So the white ones right here. People, I mean, these are the most expensive one for Hyro wheels, or Hero. Still not really sure how to pronounce that, but you got the white ones. They're like 4 to 5 keys. I mean, they've been dropping a little bit. They might even drop down to 3 or 4, and they might settle there because these are still pretty much new. They're from the Velocity crates. The more Velocity crates that are open, the more these that are pulled. There's a good chance that these dip down a little farther. So, I mean, right now they're sitting at 4 to 5, but again, more crates are going to be open. More of these are going to get pulled. I see these sitting around maybe the 2 to 3, maybe 4 at most. So, you got some keys. You want some clean, simple wheels. Go for the Hyros. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Hyros. They just, I don't know. They just don't do it for me, I guess. But a lot of people like them. So hey, if you like them, go pick them up. What do we got next? I'm going with another newer wheel, the Yuzo. Now the Yuzos are actually pretty cool. They remind me a lot of like the Gaidens, and I will go over the Gaiden wheels a little later. But, so we got the white Yuzos. Looks just kind of like, basically, what? Kind of like a starfish, a little bit. You know, just got the 5 points. The whole thing is white. It's bright. You can tell. Same thing with all the other colors that you go through with the Yuzos. They look good. No, don't go back. So, let's go to the prices here. I mean, this is back on December 24th, so this is a couple weeks ago. But they're 5 to 7, and they slowly started to creep down a little bit. So, they're 4 to 5, took a little dip, but they're back up to 4 to 5. So maybe these fall a slightly bit more to 3 to 4 range, but right now 4 to 5. If you like them, they stand out. They look good. Yuzos, I like them. I would suggest, you know, picking some of these up. Maybe try to get them for around the 3 to 4 key mark. That's probably a better deal because these are probably going to drop back down to 3 to 4 like they did right here, January 4th, 3rd. So yeah, titanium white Yuzos. 4 to 5 right now, probably going to drop a tiny bit more. But, yeah, what's next? Now, I did say I was going to go over the guidance, so let's get to them. And we're going to go over quite a bit of the colors, or the paints for the guidance. First one up, of course, I'm going over a lot of white wheels, but then again, white is very popular. So, let's see. So, longest time, this thing was sitting at 4 to 5. And I think because the Yuzo came out, well, I mean, the Yuzo's been out even before this chart starts right here, but they're 4 to 5. They did dip a little bit, and then they went back up, and they dipped again. So currently, they're sitting at 3 to 4 keys. I would pick these up. I would definitely pick these up. 3 to 4. I mean, I had them written down for 4 to 5. So, no, hey, they're 3 to 4. Pick these up. They look good. You're out there playing. Like when the wheel is moving, you know, and if you're just looking at the wheel when you're playing for like 2 to 3 seconds, the whole wheel is just, it looks good. It looks like whatever color you want, whether it's white, crimson, purple, green, blue, sky blue, yellow, whatever it might be. You can tell the color. They look good. They're not the most flashy, but, you know, they look their color, and that's all that you really want in this case. So there's the white guidance. We've got quite a few more to go over. Price wise, so you got 3 to 4 for the white guidance, got 3 to 4 for the crimson ones. You can kind of see the graph there. It's kind of doing a little bit of like a not really, I guess, kind of like a roller coaster, you know, up down, flattens out, drops a little bit, goes back up. So these things, crimson, are sitting pretty much right where they should be. 3 to 4, very solid. That's pretty much what they are. Don't expect these to really fall or really rise for that matter. So 3 to 4 are really good ones. What else? Well, the green ones. The green ones are surprised me a little bit because Forest green is one of the more popular colors, and this thing is only sitting at about 1.5 to 2 keys. I mean, it was at 2 to 3 for a while, and it took a tiny bit of a dip. I mean, it went back up here, 2 to 3, then it fell, and it's back down to 1.5 to 2. I can see these going back up to around 1.5 to 2.5 keys, maybe 3 at the absolute most. But hey, if you like forest green, you like the green color, and you want something that's very cheap and it still looks really good, I highly suggest right here forest green guiding wheels. They look tremendous. They look great. The guiding wheels, I mean, there's a lot of wheels that I want to get like the entire set of, but guidons are one of them that I would just love to own the entire set because they just look good. They stand out great. What was it? The last guidon one I want to go over was the purple one because, again, same reasons as the other. They look good. They stand out. Purple. And they're pretty cheap, 1 to 2. So, hey, if you can get them, I'd suggest get them. Go for the purple look. Purple stands out. It's good. It's good. So, that's it for the guidance. Up next, fire plugs. Very similar to the last few. I mean, all of these prices are, look at this. It's just a straight, like, flat line. Just consistent. 2 to 3. That is what they are. They stand out. Same thing with the guy. They fill up the wheel. You're out there driving. People are going to at least notice them and go, okay, that looks pretty nice. That looks nice. And again, these are all cheap wheels. All of these are going to be under 5 and under keys. Fire plugs are good. Now, when I did first kind of start getting into kind of the collection thing, fire plugs were actually one of the first wheels I went to. I had crimson ones right away, and I believe I had saffron ones. And I just love the brightness of them. They stood out, and I could just like match them with the car pretty easily. So fire plugs, they're very easy for like starter people, like 2 to 3 keys. You can find these online on trading apps, whatever you use for your trading pleasures. I don't know, but 2 to 3 keys. They're cheap. They look good. They're just great. Fire plugs just in general are awesome. Same thing with look at that crimson, 2 to 3. You see the consistent line right there, 2 to 3. What else was I going to go over? Sky blue ones. Sky blue ones are 1 to 2. So if you're into the blue color, I kind of have a weakness for sky blue colors. I think sky blue just looks tremendously amazing, and I don't know, somebody puts up something sky blue in a trade, and I just go, I have to have it, even if I'm not even looking for it. So it's kind of my weakness when it comes to trading a little bit. But we got that, and then of course we got the green ones because green ones are awesome as well. 2 to 3. There's that flat, consistent line right there, and then of course the purple ones, 1 to 2, kind of around the sky blue range. They fill out the wheel. They look good. They stand out. Good, very good starter wheels right here. In fire plugs. Another one is going to be the septums. Same reason as before. These things. The one thing about the septums that the fire plugs and the guidance and the Uzos didn't have is the tread is actually painted. It's a little difficult to see, but I mean you could see like bits and pieces of the tread kind of filled in there. It looks really cool actually. I kind of like it. So if you got a vehicle that you're using, such as like an Octane, you know, you can see the tread on the wheels. These things are good. If you just got a regular Octane that you're using, like, or an Octane ZSR, and you want to see the wheels and you want to see the tread because it just looks that much better, you know, septums are a great way to go, honestly. Any color. I don't care what it is. Even, well, maybe not burnt sienna, but almost pretty much any color. They look good. These things are pretty cheap. I mean, it has its little whoop, 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 up and down moment right there, but look at that. Pretty much went back to stabilizing at 3 to 4. Just dropped to 2 to 3. That it's going to go back up to 3 to 4. These things are solid right where they're at. So, titanium white septums are awesome. Same thing with the crimson ones that I'll get to in a second here. Septums, there we go, 2 to 3. This thing it was septums, same thing. I think they're all pretty much like this for price wise. They got that little up and down line and then pretty much solidly consistent. These things are 2 to 3. Crimson looks good. The tread goes well with them. So some other ones, you got sky blue ones, 1 to 1.5. Got the green ones, 2 to 3. Purple, 2 to 3 as well. I mean, look at the flat, consistent line. These things are great starter wheels. They're cheap, and they can tie in with your car very well. Let's see, what else do we want to go over? Spiralis. These things were kind of popular for a while. I mean, they still look okay. I'm not a big fan of them, honestly. Let me click on that. There we go. But they look all right. I'm just not a big fan of what they do or how they look in game. I mean, look at this. They're up to 4 to 5 just not too long ago. But before that, they're 3 to 4. Then they jumped, and now they're back to 3 to 4 consistent. So, I mean, Spiralis aren't too bad. As you can see, you got the dotted line circle thing in the middle. That's whatever color it is. So in this case, the white ones. The white ones stand. They look good. I will admit that. I'm just not a big fan of them myself. But there are plenty of people out there that are fans of these. See, these things are awesome. Well. Yeah, in my opinion, they're okay, but they're good value-wise. They stand out. They look good. So yeah, Spiralis are another one that if you're looking for good starter wheels, you know, something cheap that kind of pops and stands out, Spiralis are a good way to go. And then the last couple wheels that I want to go over, some that I have really easy luck with when it comes to buying cheap, and then plus you can sell them pretty easily too, which are going to be the trade-up wheels. And the two I'm going to go over are, first of all, the white DJ. I think that's how you pronounce it. Look, you can't get any more consistent than this. 2 to 3. They look good. They stand out. They're kind of similar, the DJ and the Sunburst, in kind of like the design factor, but people like, you notice them, and they look good. I just actually picked up a couple Sunburst today myself. Another one that goes with it is the Tunicas. They got the same thing, 2 to 3 as well. But Sunburst right here, 2 to 3. This one is like my go-to wheel right here, that I know I can pick up for 2 and I can easily sell for 3. I mean, they bumped up to 3 to 4 for very slightly, but went back down to 2 for 3. These things, they just, look at that. See, there's the design. They stand out. They look good. I love these wheels. If you can get your hands on these for, like, you know, 2 keys, it's a good value, even if you just want to hold on to them, or if you want to try to sell them for 3, because I can do that. I do this a lot myself, and trust me, I do. This is how I make a lot of keys. I just go out and get like Septums and DJ and Tunica wheels for 2 keys, and then just turn around to sell them for 3. So make 3 trades for 2 keys each, and then sell them all for 3 keys. So I just three trades turns into what, like profit of 3 keys. I'll take that deal all day. But that is what I got for today. That is the Market Watch. Just some good quality, good looking wheels that are cheap, that you can get you started if you want something, you know, that pops, that people can notice right away, and that you can kind of like play around with, and it goes good with cars for the most part. There you go. Here's the list. Here's what I got. So yeah, that is going to be it for this one. Appreciate y'all tuning in as usual. It means a lot to me. I love doing these. These are cool. Helps me keep up with the price trends. Hopefully it helps you guys as well. And again, the website I use is rl.insider.gg. This thing is just amazing how it keeps track of prices. But anyway, that is it for this one. I'd like to thank you all for watching as usual, and we'll catch you guys on the next upload. Peace out, everybody.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.